We live our lives within a predictable framework, a world seemingly bound by a rigid set of rules. These are the unseen forces that govern every step we take, every breath we draw, dictating the limits of our physical world. We call this physics. It's the blueprint for reality, a language of cause and effect. But some humans do things that appear to shatter these laws, feats that seem scientifically impossible. They push the boundaries of human potential, and in doing so, they force us to redefine what it means to be real. Imagine standing on a platform so high, the sky above you is no longer blue, but the blackness of space. Below, the earth curves away, a vast, silent marble. This was the reality for Felix Baumgartner. On October 14, 2012, he ascended 24 miles to the very edge of our atmosphere. In the near vacuum, with less than 1% of the Earth's atmospheric pressure, his goal was not merely to fall, but to turn the sky itself into a laboratory. The mission: to gather unprecedented data on the human body's limits. As he plummeted, the air was too thin to offer resistance. His body accelerated uncontrollably, briefly piercing the sound barrier to reach Mach 1.25, over 843 miles per hour. He redefined what freefall can be, proving a human could survive supersonic speeds outside an aircraft. From the edge of space, we return to the contours of the Earth. There is flying, and then there is proximity flying, a discipline where the margin for error is measured in inches. These pilots use their bodies as airfoils, generating lift and drag to navigate treacherous terrain at over 100 miles per hour. Every subtle shift of the shoulder, every slight bend of the knee, is a critical course correction. It's a high-speed dance with topography, requiring an intuitive understanding of fluid dynamics and a nervous system that operates faster than thought. They are not merely defying gravity, they are mastering it. This mastery of physics finds another form in the urban jungle. The double wall flip is a pinnacle of parkour, a move that seems to suspend the laws of motion. It requires an athlete to run up a wall, kick off, and perform a full backflip. And then, in midair, with angular momentum decaying, find another surface to push off from for a second rotation. The timing must be perfect, converting vertical momentum into rotational energy. Twice. It is a physical conversation with the urban landscape, where the human body argues with physics and wins. But human potential isn't always about explosive movement. Sometimes it's about immovable stillness. A monk places the sharpened tip of a spear against the softest part of their throat and pushes. The physics are simple. Pressure equals force over area. With a sharp point, the area is minuscule, meaning even a small force should be enough to pierce the skin. Yet, it doesn't. The force, instead of piercing, is distributed across conditioned neck muscles, tensed with precision. The angle and slow, steady application of pressure are critical, a testament to years of mental and physical discipline that overrides the body's most basic survival instincts. This same blend of mind and muscle broke one of history's most famous barriers. Before May 6, 1954, the 4-minute mile was considered a physiological wall, a limit beyond which the human heart and lungs could not endure. When Roger Bannister crossed the line in 3 minutes 59.4 seconds, he shattered not just a record, but a collective psychological barrier. He proved the wall was a belief, not a biological ceiling. His run was a symphony of efficiency, a perfect calibration of pace, stride, and oxygen uptake that opened the floodgates for countless others to follow. From endurance to reaction time. Imagine a tennis serve traveling at 142 miles per hour. The ball covers the 78-foot court in just over a third of a second. The human brain takes about a tenth of a second just to process the visual information. That leaves less than a quarter of a second to see, move, and swing, a feat bordering on precognition. It isn't conscious thought. It is years of training, allowing split-second anticipation and muscle memory to read and redirect bullets of energy with astonishing precision. In Nazaré, Portugal, human reaction is pitted against a force of nature. Here, a unique underwater canyon, 3 miles deep, focuses the raw power of the Atlantic into liquid mountains. Riding these 100-foot walls of water is a masterclass in applied hydrodynamics. The surfer isn't just balancing, they are constantly adjusting to the shifting physics of a collapsing wave. They must manage speed to avoid being consumed by the break, while positioning themselves on the most powerful section of the face. Gravity, momentum, and nerve must harmonize on a moving cliff of water. But what about a challenge that is purely mental, executed physically? The Rubik's Cube holds 43 quintillion possible configurations. Solving it is a feat of algorithmic thinking. Now, imagine doing it blindfolded. A speedcuber memorizes the state of every single square, then dons a blindfold and executes hundreds of moves from memory, visualizing the cube's transformation with each turn. It is a perfect fusion of mental architecture and physical dexterity, a demonstration of the brain's incredible capacity for spatial reasoning and procedural memory. In the world of free solo climbing, there is no safety net, no rope, no margin for error, just the climber and the colossal indifference of the rock. On that wall, a climber can become friction and balance incarnate, executing a flawless vertical ballet rehearsed in the mind 1,000 times. Every movement is a life or death calculation, a precise application of pressure against tiny holds. It's a state of hyper-awareness, where the boundary between self and stone seems to dissolve. On the ice, a different kind of precision. Time seems to slow as the skater spins. Not once, not twice, not 3, but 4 complete times before the blade returns to the ice. 4 revolutions in a blink rely on torque, a tight tuck, and an explosive impulse. By pulling their arms and legs in, the skater dramatically reduces their moment of inertia, causing their rotational speed to skyrocket. It is a masterful demonstration of angular momentum, bent to the athlete's will. High above the city, 2 skyscrapers become a temporary, terrifying bridge. For the high-wire artist, this thin steel cable is an entire world. The balancing pole isn't a crutch. It's a tool to increase rotational inertia, making it harder for the body to tilt. Minute adjustments keep the combined center of mass directly above the wire. It is a sustained act of perfect balance against the forces of gravity and wind. To venture deep on one breath is to enter an alien world, a place of immense pressure and profound silence. As the diver descends, the body triggers an ancient survival mechanism. The mammalian dive reflex slows the heart and shunts blood from the extremities to protect the vital organs. The mind enters a meditative state, conserving precious oxygen. For a few minutes, a human becomes a creature of the deep. Back on solid ground, another test of the extreme. In powerlifting, a simple act of lifting is taken to its absolute limit. Maximal lifts exploit neural drive, commanding every available muscle fiber to fire in perfect synchrony. The lifter optimizes skeletal lever mechanics, turning their own body into the most efficient machine possible. For one brief, violent moment, the body flirts with its theoretical limits of strength. But human limits are not only physical. Memory savants can recite pi to tens of thousands of places, becoming living, breathing human computers. They don't see numbers, they see stories. Using techniques like chunking and mnemonic architecture, they turn abstract digits into vivid, unforgettable images placed along a mental pathway. To recall the sequence, they simply take a mental walk through their memory palace and observe what they've stored there. And finally, a feat that combines power, precision, and spatial awareness. For decades, adding a third backward rotation in gymnastics was a theoretical limit. The triple back is a breathtaking choreography of force, requiring an enormous initial launch to gain enough airtime, a window of just over 1 second. The athlete must then open at the precise moment, slow the ferocious spin, absorb the immense impact forces, and stick the landing. A perfect fusion of physics and courage. When humans push limits, reality bends with them.